What if everything you've been struggling with, self-sabotage, chronic stress, anxiety, emotional pain, wasn't a flaw, but a message calling you back to your true self? Welcome to Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Traci, where we uncover the hidden causes of spiritual disconnection and guide you home to yourself. Traci is a doctor of metaphysical psychology, spiritual mentor, energy healer, and your transformational guide. This show isn't just self-help, it's a sacred space to break free from the unseen forces keeping you stuck. You'll learn to decode the messages from your body, release fear, and activate your inner power. Healing requires action, and you don't have to do it alone. Get ready, because Self-Healing Codes starts now.
Good, beautiful Friday, and welcome to Self-Healing Codes. I'm Traci, your doctor of metaphysical psychology, and today we're going to be working with the self-healing code called resilience. I'd like to start by sharing some of the work that I do called Earth School. 20 years ago, I started receiving channeled messages of how I could be stronger, more aware, and walk this path of self-mastery, which I believe human being is all about. We're here to know ourselves at a very intimate and independent level. We are all here for our own unique purpose that includes thinking, feeling, experiencing. And this brings resilience to the forefront when I share with you the work I do called Earth School. In Earth School, there is a belief that there are 12 cosmic cycles that each human being goes through, whether they're aware of it or not. And each of these cycles is a form of a lesson, a way to know yourself in a most empowering way. There are three pillars of self-awareness. The first is self. It's all about you. This is understanding yourself at a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual level. When you have that whole awareness, it brings the fifth element called character. Who are you meant to be here on this timeline? The second pillar is others, the influential others that support us, that control and compel us, that influence us. This includes our intimate love relationship, our parent-child relationships, and our entire social infrastructure. And finally, there's life, the third pillar of lessons that we're here to learn: career, finances, quality of life, vision for the future. This life element has changed over the thousands of years that we've been here. But right now, in this collective patriarchy energy, they are career, finances, quality of life. The fourth in this pillar of life is vision, and it's what I want to talk to you about today. It's the essence of having a vision for your future. Your vision isn't a fantasy of what could be. It's a reminder that you have a purpose on this planet. And the purpose isn't about where we live, what job we have, or who we're even married to. Our purpose is singular. It's what we're here to learn. When we learn, it's what we're here to integrate and to understand. And once we integrate and understand, it's what we're here to share as our true essence. But if we don't have a vision on this human being timeline of where we're going, what we're creating, how we want to express ourselves, what happens is trauma leaks in. Generational trauma in particular begins repeating itself over and over until we recognize the wound that we're here to learn. And so vision is the path that you choose to take with conscious awareness. It is your soul's journey in this physical timeline. I know many people say there's no such thing as space or time, and I get that in both scientific and metaphysical perspectives. The challenge with living that is we chose human being because we wanted to experience space and time. And so when we activate this self-healing code of resilience, what we're doing is putting ourselves closer and closer to being in alignment with walking this true path, the vision that we had before we even came to this space and time. So, why resilience? Because we need an anchor, excuse me, and thank you. We need an anchor to this divine path. We need a way to trust when the world seems to be burning down around us, when we feel lost or stuck or hopeless. But we also need to understand the soul meaning behind having a vision. And this is what we're going to talk about today. So let's go into resilience as the tool for the pain of collapse. Collapse happens when we believe that everything around us is happening to us instead of for us. This pain reveals the irresponsibility of the moment. It allows us to realize that we are not responsible for everything, every person, or every place. That other people's thoughts, feelings, experiences, and expectations are literally none of our business. And that responsibility is a corruption. And so there's this sacred energy of irresponsibility that says, I don't have to take care of everyone else. Now, there is a choice in which you take on that responsibility, but not to the degree in which it depletes you. And so when we don't have resilience, what happens is we get stuck in the this is happening to me. And this comes in the form of trauma, such as grief. So, a perceived sense of sadness that controls and compels the way that you create your reality. It comes in the form of despair. I can't do this anymore. I don't even want to be here anymore. It comes in exhaustion. The physical body is no longer capable of traveling to the past and getting stuck there, or traveling too far into the future and getting stuck there. This sacred download that we're going to do today of resilience is going to align you back to the present moment so that you can see these collapses as initiations and to allow yourself to recognize, to understand, and most importantly, to believe that you're not being destroyed in these minutes, in these days, in these weeks or months in which this collapse takes over. And most importantly, with the download of resilience, we have the ability to not stay in the collapse as long as we do. This is the sacred wound I've been talking about, called the weight of being the strong one. There is no strength in suffering. And there's absolutely no virtue in suffering for others for no particular reason, especially when you are unable to surrender to the awareness that you are not responsible for other people's thoughts, feelings, experiences, and expectations, especially of you. The deeper soul meaning behind resilience is an encoded design. And I'm reading this from a quote that I found without an author tagged to it. Resilience is an encoded soul design. Collapse is an initiation, and soul memory activates. When we choose resilience, we rise and we call our power back. In metaphysics, and especially in what I teach through the Human Being User Manual, our power, the way we charge our own human battery, comes from being in alignment with the truth that we are here for a very specific reason. We made a promise to Source that we would come here and we would learn these lessons. And in the act of learning, in the act of sacred resilience, we would persevere and we would learn these lessons. This isn't just a mindset that I'm asking you to embody. Think of resilience as the soul memory, as you having the capacity to stand firm on the path that you've chosen, to move through the vision that you've had, knowing that the ache within you is going to dissolve as soon as you surrender. And this is the invitation that I'm going to give to you today. Whatever you're going through that feels like a death, whether it is physical on this material realm, you have actually experienced a death, and my heart goes out to you. Whether it's emotional and a wound within you is healed and you're resisting allowing it to release from within you, or whether it's mental, the programs that you've accumulated over this lifetime combined with the generational trauma or the memories of other lifetimes are controlling and compelling you, or whether it's spiritual. You have the ability to be initiated into this present moment, to leave everything from the past behind, to leave everything that is presenting itself for the future that does not align to your vision, a simple distraction. You are allowing that to be a distraction. And so the death of everything that does not serve your highest good becomes an initiation instead of a punishment. And this is where we step into the energy of resilience. Resilience isn't about having failed. Resilience isn't about accepting what isn't in alignment to your divine assignment. Resilience is about knowing that your vision is for your highest good, that there will be obstacles, and that you will move through these obstacles with conscious self-awareness. When we don't have conscious self-awareness, we fall into two other lower vibrations. The first of these other lower vibrations include unconscious incompetence. We don't know that we don't know that we don't know. Now, sometimes this is a blissful moment where something new will reveal itself and you're like, oh, I never knew that. It's an aha moment, but it can also be a space of ostriching, just digging a hole in the ground and sticking your head in, thinking you're safe and protected, but your full body is exposed. And so as we move into conscious competence, we give ourselves permission to surrender to the truth that sometimes we just don't know what we don't know. But the second that we decide that we don't want to live in that unconscious incompetence, we elevate physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Our character rises into a new state of being. And this state of being is called conscious incompetence. We know that we don't know, but we want to know. And this is where resilience becomes not only the anchor, but the guide that leads us to the next level of human evolution. This is conscious competence. We know what our vision is. We know who we want to be. And we know that there are going to be pitfalls on the way. And we choose to have courage to see beyond what is dying, what is surrendering, what is releasing, and to remember that our soul has a path that we are designed to walk. And this allows us to divine illusion that things end. Everything changes. Every relationship, every timeline, every experience has the ability to evolve, and it's a spiral. So if we don't learn the lesson, we're going to end up back at the bottom, not starting a new lesson, but funneling right back to the same old lesson. So in this lesson, I'd like to gift to you this remembering. There is a necessity for collapse. It does not have to equate suffering. And in order to eliminate this suffering, I'm asking you to join me right now in receiving a download of the self-healing code called resilience. As always, we're going to receive that first at third eye, one of the three sacred centers, the God mind, that when it's in alignment is the receiver and the transmitter of information and wisdom. Into the sacred heart, soul's territory, where our breath is our life force energy. And finally into the third, our biome, where every cell in our body is called to attention, receives resilience, and processes it through our entire life. So let us find that comfortable position where your ankles and your knees are not locked over one another, spreading your legs as wide as you feel comfortable. Cross-legged is perfect for this type of receiving. Ideally, you are sitting straight up so that your spirit energy is above, divine intelligence channeling in, and your Mother Earth energy is below, where ancestral wisdom channels up. I am going to ask you to close your eyes and take a deep, gentle inhalation through the nose, holding at the top, calling every cell into command, into being. And as you slowly exhale, you're softening your body, your jaw, your shoulders, your belly, and your legs. In this moment, I'm asking Source to ground your metaphysical roots deep into the core of Mother Earth, where the strongest of all of your roots wrap around this timeline, anchoring you to the present moment. And as you inhale, let's bring your breath and awareness to the very top of your head. As an energy worker, I'm asking Source to channel the true frequency and vibration of resilience into a self-healing code that we download into third eye, specifically into the pineal gland. And it's in this sacred space that the corrupted programs of ego begin to dissolve, so that the energy of resilience, the ability to let what no longer serves you die, to be surrendered and released. The energy of resilience allows you to see with your inner eyes, to have a vision for your future, to trust what has not yet arrived. And this is received. On an exhalation, let's drop your breath and awareness into the center of your chest, where we activate the Sacred Heart in all 33 facets. Here we download the self-healing code of resilience to open you to love and forgiveness, to have the courage to see beyond what is dying, and to remember that your soul has already built in the unseen what it is you are meant to be, do, and have. On an inhalation, fill your heart center with love and light. And as you exhale, let all that is false burn away. It is so. On your next exhalation, drop into your lower belly, just below your belly button. This is the sacred womb. Man or woman, we are all born of the womb. Behind it is our biome, where every cell in our being is waiting for direction. And today we ask Source to channel the self-healing code of resilience into your sacral center, anchoring you to your path, bringing into your memory and awareness your divine design, and to trust what has not yet arrived. And so it is. Let us sit in this reprogramming of our cellular memory to the energy of resilience. We have learned to see with our inner eyes. We have opened our heart to love and forgiveness. We have anchored to the divine path. When you're ready, you'll take a deep, gentle inhalation, bringing your hands to heart center, one over the other or in prayer position, whatever is called for you. And let us give thanks for whatever it is that we have received, the known, the unknown, the cloaked, the hidden, the disguised. Give yourself permission to receive it all, to rise from the burning ashes, awakening your DNA, and refining your original design. And so it is. Slowly and gently, I'll ask you to move your body in any way that you need to release my energy from yours. And I'd like to give thanks for being with me here today. It is my honor and my pleasure to channel these divine healing codes, to share with you in the best way I know how, the wisdom behind these codes, but also the gift of being able to channel and download these codes into your three sacred centers. This is the work that I do inside the Healing Sanctuary, and all are welcome here. This is a spiritual seekers membership where you are guided and protected. We act as a community, holding space for one another. Our focus here is on my foundational program, Activate Your Power, which is a 21-day quest that teaches you a 90-second spiritual shower that needs to be done every 24 hours. Just like we brush our teeth, we need to activate our power. And for those of you, sisters of mine on the weird path, those wise women who have felt over the last couple of years that we have come undone, if you're ready to walk the path of wisdom and to heal these wounds, I have activated the chamber of frequency integrity. And in this chamber, we meet the 8 wounds that I've been sharing with you. But we sit in the chamber to receive, to do nothing other than to receive. And so I invite each of you, sisters to the chamber, everyone to the healing sanctuary. I am honored to be your doctor of metaphysical psychology. And as always, should you have any questions, concerns, or ideas, if you have anything that you need from me, please go ahead and join the Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Traci on Facebook. Tag me, and I'm happy to spend some time answering your questions. But if you would like a spiritual guide and mentor, I highly recommend looking into the Healing Sanctuary or the Chamber of Frequency Integrity. I trust that you will have an amazing day as you surrender to the energy of resilience. Have a beautiful day.
You've been listening to the Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Traci on Transformation Talk Radio. Join Dr. Traci every first and third Friday at 9:30 Pacific for this portal of transformation, where truth is spoken, healing is activated, and souls remember who they truly are. Don't forget to subscribe and connect to her on Facebook at The Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Traci. Ready to take the next step? Explore healing sessions, activations, certifications, and her daily spiritual practice membership at tracitrimble.ca. Heal, remember, rise. Your journey starts now.